Hey everyone, this is Jordan Senko, and you are currently watching the first installment of our new bi-weekly segment, Innovation Never Rests. If you're interested in learning all you can about the newest features and enhancements available in Dundas BI, then this is the place to be. At Dundas, we're in the business of dashboards, reports, and analytics, but we're also in the business of innovation, and we are on a mission to bring you the most cutting-edge capabilities to better handle your data analytics. After all, innovation never rests, and neither do we. We're obsessive about your BI experience and about creating the best BI software on the market. Part of the responsibility that comes with this is having rapid release cycles. And by doing so, we ensure that you can always expect new ways to visualize and interact with your data. The one downside to this, however, is that our rapid release cycles may mean it's difficult for you to stay up to date on what's new in Dundas BI. This is why every 2 weeks, we'll be releasing a new blog and a video to accompany it that highlights a new feature that's available in Dundas BI. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the first episode on ragged and unbalanced hierarchies. One of the more common challenges a lot of organizations encounter is around being able to manage their hierarchies when they're not perfect. And what I mean by imperfect hierarchies is that they don't always span across the same number of levels, and they don't always move from one level to the next in proper succession. In these instances, the hierarchies can be referred to as either being ragged or unbalanced. While these types of hierarchies are by no means unusual, the process of modeling them into something that users can navigate and interact with is typically quite complex. With Dundas BI, however, we've made it possible to handle complex data modeling with ease and have taken the legwork out of creating hierarchical data models that support your analysis. So before diving into how Dundas BI tackles the complexities of working with ragged or unbalanced hierarchies, let's quickly take a look at what exactly an imperfect hierarchy looks like. Here we have an example of a balanced and an unbalanced hierarchy side by side. While the branches in the balanced hierarchy all descend to the same level, some branches in an unbalanced hierarchy will have more levels than others, and all leaves will not be connected to the same level. Notice that with the balanced hierarchy, all branches extend to the bottom level, and each leaf or child node is linked to that level. However, with the unbalanced hierarchy, we see that the branches under the COO, for example, extend further than those under the Director of Marketing. This is what makes it unbalanced. What you'll notice is that with both balanced and unbalanced hierarchies, there's a logical succession of nodes, meaning each node or leaf has a parent at the level immediately above it. With ragged hierarchies, this isn't the case. Some branches may actually be missing certain levels. What this means is that at least one parent node will not be at the level immediately above its child node. Take, for instance, the following example. This hierarchy has two branches. The North American branch descends consistently through each level, starting at continent, through country, through province, through city. However, with the European branch, you'll notice we skip the provincial level entirely and move directly to the city level. What's important to take from this is that unless your hierarchies are balanced, you'll face all sorts of challenges and your data modeling will be quite complex. For example, if you were to try and aggregate across the state level with an imperfect hierarchy, you may return cities in that aggregation that shouldn't be showing. Also, it'll be more difficult to navigate and explore the hierarchy and see how the values are distributed through each branch you explore. So how does Dundas combat this? What we've done is built a new type of hierarchy. You'll notice that if I try and create a new hierarchy, I'll now have the option to choose from a standard hierarchy as well as a ragged hierarchy. I'll choose the ragged option, and what I can do now is bring in a data model that'll support my unbalanced or ragged model. Now this would require a data model that contains what we call the member, so that's the value that we present in the different levels, some type of identification for that member, so that would be the member ID, the parent ID, so I know how it associates to the next level up, and again, it could be any number of levels, and the level value, which is an optional value that I may choose to use if I wanted to. So what I'm going to do is drag and drop this hierarchy, and we'll then be able to configure the different elements to define how the hierarchy is created from the underlying data. So the member here is going to go into the caption source where it already is. The parent ID will then go into the parent key. The member ID will go into the member key. And then I'm going to set the level. which again, the level doesn't always have to be set, but in this case, I do have the information. Now, as you can see here, my data is going across countries to the next level down. So for example, if we look at the United States, the next level down would be state. Then the next level after that is going to be city. So for example, we expand Alabama and we have the cities within it. Now, what you'll see once you start using this hierarchy is that you can actually model your visualization and leverage this structure accordingly. All right, and now that I've built the hierarchy, let me name it something that's a little bit more useful. What we're then going to do is create a new dashboard and drag and drop my orders quantity and my geolocation ID onto it. So as you can see, the order numbers alone aren't terribly useful. So how about we bind it now with the hierarchy that we've just created? All right, now that we have something we can work with, let's add a smart filter to assist our navigation. All right, let's take a closer look at what this table now looks like. I'll open up the United States and you'll immediately see the next level, which is the state level. I can now expand each state level and you'll see all the cities that reside within that state. However, you'll notice that if I scroll down slightly to Washington, our table is actually skipping the subdivision or state level and instead is going directly to the city level. I can also avoid the need to go down to the next level. So for example, let's see what that would look like if I were to filter on Barbados and Bermuda. As you can see here, for Bermuda, I have the information at the subdivision level, and I also have it at the city level. However, for Barbados, I only have information at the subdivision level. There is no information at the city level. What's important to take from this is that unless your hierarchies are balanced, you'll face all sorts of challenges and your data modeling will be quite complex. For example, if you were to try and aggregate across the state level with an imperfect hierarchy, you may return cities in the aggregation that shouldn't be showing. Also, it'll be more difficult to navigate and explore the hierarchy and see how the values are distributed through each branch you explore. The problem our customers most often encountered when dealing with imperfect hierarchies was being unable to properly model and represent their data. This problem is now easily solved with the new ragged hierarchy option we offer in Dundas BI. Alright, so that concludes the first episode of our Innovation Never Rests web series. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. If you'd like some more information on ragged hierarchies, you can read our accompanying blog that can be found online at www.dundas.com. The next episode that we will be having in this series will be covering small multiples. In the meantime, if you'd like a live demonstration of Dundas BI or to download a free trial of the software, you can do that online as well. And if you have any questions about this video, please feel free to send us a message at info@dundas.com.